And it's true in our meditation practice. We come home to the breath, our best friend. And inevitably we journey out. We can't help it. So we come home, and we do it again, and we come home. Sometimes we might be home for a while, but then eventually we always go out, and then we come home. And that's what our life is too, right? We start at home, and then we have to burst into this crazy world, so much trouble. And then in the end we go home again. This is not a tragedy. This is a return. So anyway, that's what this book's about. And at one point in the book, I start talking about the body as the main helper in the journey of return. And I want to read this part because it's about meditation and mindfulness practice. A lot of the things we've been talking about this week. Because I always say the same thing over and over again, you know. So I'm starting sort of in the middle of things. The human body is not an object in the world. It is a magnificent process, a ceaseless flow, a journey in itself. Without my intending it or thinking about it, my heart beats, my lungs expand and contract, blood surges through many thousands of miles of capillaries. Something like 60,000 miles. It seems like a ridiculous thing, but it's actually true. 60,000 miles of capillaries, of blood vessels in the human body. So blood surges through many thousands of miles of capillaries, arteries, and veins, nourishing muscles and organs. When the sense organs receive stimulation, a world springs into view, as chemical and electrical reactions in the brain and nervous system give rise to thoughts, emotions, intentions, experiences. Without making any complicated or belabored effort, I can naturally desire, move, and act in this world. I eat a meal, but I don't digest it. The body does this all by itself, whether I want to or not. It takes meat and bread, eggs, fish, carrots, transforming them to energy and waste, into meaning, purpose, dilemmas, love, transforming them all into life. The ongoing flow of life that expresses itself through the body that I call me, as if I owned it. As if I knew what it was. As if I were in charge of it. As if I could direct it according to my will. Many of us have been concerned this week about our will. You know, am I doing this? Am I applying enough will here? Am I doing this right? What is will exactly? In what part of the body does it reside? Can you find it? I would say anybody here, look for your, why don't you sit on your cushion and try to find your will. Where would it be? What part of the body would it be? If it's not in the body, where is it? Like hovering over your head somewhere? Where would it be? So I can tell my body to walk, or sit, or stand, or jump, and it will do that. But I cannot tell my body not to age, or not to bleed if my finger is cut. If I become ill, I can tell my body to get well, but I'm not sure whether it will obey. My body will fight the illness, whether I tell it to or not. And most of the time, my body will eliminate the illness, restoring itself to health, because no matter how sick my body becomes, if I'm alive, there's always more right with it than is wrong with it. Because the body is a vehicle for life's flow. And it's ruled by life, determined by life, much more than it is ruled or determined by me. I did not design or engineer this body. nor did I choose it, ordering it from a selection of floor models. Somehow the body appeared without the application of any volition on my part. And then later on, little by little, I gradually began to inhabit this body. Although I am not sure I can say that I am something other than the body. I can't imagine what I would be without the body. Yet, I can think of myself as other than the body, as thought, as feeling, as a vague sense of subjectivity I take quite for granted, though I can neither define nor completely confirm its existence. All my desire, intention, will, effort, emotion, and intelligence are actually very small and crude compared to the body's immense skills, the mystery, power, and subtlety of the body's ongoing flow. The body, of course, does not persist endlessly on its course. When the flow of life, having passed through the body for just the right amount of time, moves on, the body becomes inanimate, a mere physical presence. Uncanny still, but in a different way. Like all physical objects, the inanimate body dissolves gradually into the elements that made it up. Where will I be when this happens? But even after the body dissolves into air, water, fire, earth, and light, life will still flow on. My thinking, my desire, my language, my sense of vulnerability, my conditioning, sees the breakup of the body as my tragic problem. But the body itself does not have this problem. For all I know, the body might see its final dissolution as an exciting journey of return, a liberation, a homecoming, a release, a frolic through time, space, and beyond. The living body breathes. This is one of its most salient features. Air enters through nostrils or mouth, fills the lungs, enriches the blood that flows through the heart, and from the heart throughout the body, renewing life. Then, easily and naturally, without any decision or intention on my part, spent air goes out through mouth or nostrils, carrying with it what the body no longer needs, releasing the body's past, its used up moments, out into the world from which they came. Moment after moment, the body does this, renews life, letting go of life, with each breath in and out. Breathing itself is the journey of return.